Copycat Texas Roadhouse rolls. Hey y'all, Amy here and welcome back to the farm. Today we are in the kitchen and I am making rolls. These are Copycat Texas Roadhouse rolls. Do they taste just like Texas Roadhouse rolls? Well, I can't tell you because I've never been to a Texas Roadhouse, but my husband has and he says they do. And I got this recipe from my sweet friend Courtney, and this was like 2 years ago that she gave me this recipe, and she says they do. My husband thinks they do, so I guess they do. Regardless, they are absolutely delicious and we love them. And they're so easy, y'all, so easy. I'm gonna show y'all today how I make them. The first thing we're starting with is our mixer with a dough hook. I have in here 1/2 cup of warm water, and to that I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of sugar, and then I'm going to add 4 teaspoons of yeast. I've got an active dry yeast. We're going to add 4 teaspoons of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to give that a little bit of a mix here, and then we're going to let it sit and we're going to let it bloom. It's going to activate the yeast. It's going to take about 5 minutes. Okay, now that the yeast has bloomed, we are going to add 3 tablespoons of melted butter. And then I'm going to add 2 cups of milk. You want to add warm milk. Some recipes will call for scalded milk, which means you want to bring it to like a bit of a boil first. I don't do that. I just warm it and it does fine for me. Ready? And then I have 2 eggs. Now we're going to mix all that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is add our dry ingredients to this. I'm going to be adding 1/2 cup of sugar. And then I'm going to add 7 to 8 cups of flour. Now, we're also adding salt. I don't want my salt to come in direct contact with my yeast immediately, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of flour in, then I'm going to add my salt, then I'm going to add the rest of my flour. But we're doing 2 teaspoons of salt, and like I said, 7 to 8 cups of flour. We're going to see where we're at. We're going to get this started. I have my bucket of flour down here, and I'm using a 1/2 cup measure that I'm going to be adding one at a time slowly to my mixture. Okay, I've added a little bit of that, so I'm going to put my teaspoon. Hang on. Okay, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of salt. 1, 2. And then I'm going to continue adding the flour. Okay, that's 7 cups. I'm going to stop right there. We're going to let this all combine and we're going to see what it looks like. We'll add more if we need to. my dough is where I want it to be. I've got an oiled bowl here. We're gonna take this out and we're gonna put it into this oiled bowl and we're gonna let it sit covered until it is double in size. Don't drop it. Come on, let loose. All right. Like so. Okay, I'm gonna cover this, I'm gonna set it on the table, and I will be back in an hour. For me. Just a minute for y'all. All right, y'all, it has been right at 1 hour and this is what we're looking like. So what I'm gonna do is I have freshly wiped the table and washed my hands, and we're gonna take the plastic off. Okay, and I'm going to, there's a little bit of flour on it. I'm gonna spray, that was some dough that was sticking to my fingers. I'm gonna spray this down. I'll either, sometimes I wipe it with butter, but I'm using this today. And instead of flouring my surface, I'm gonna oil my surface, okay? Run that through it, I'm gonna dump this out. All right, so fold my hands a little, and I'm gonna divide this in half. This one I'm gonna set back in the bowl for a minute. This one I'm gonna just pull out like this, and then I'm gonna roll it. Now I do it to where it's, I guess maybe ½ inch thick or so, like that. Then I use a biscuit cutter, okay? This is how I make sure all my rolls are the same size. You don't have to, you can rip off pieces if you want, but this is what I do. And then I just fold it to the inside, pinch it like so. And then there I have it. And I've got prepared baking sheets with parchment paper over here. And that's it. It's that simple. Just pull it all to the center, like this. I pinch it all, like so. And there's my roll. And this way they're all the same size. And then I'm gonna do this to all of them. And then they're going to be covered and sat until the rolls are doubled in size, however long that takes. Sometimes if the house is warm, it only takes like 20-30 minutes, but it's that easy. All right, y'all, the rolls are rolled. They're going to sit until they double in size, like I said. When they look like they're getting close to being ready, I'm gonna preheat the oven to 350. The rolls are ready to go in the oven, and while these are baking, I'm gonna show you how we make the Texas Roadhouse butter that goes on them. By the way, these bake for about 15 minutes. Okay, the butter is super simple. I've got 1 stick softened, and then I'm going to add, actually let's do the sugar first. I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. And then I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup honey. Okay. And then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. All right, then we're just gonna mix this up. And there it is. Now, if you want to make sure that there's no powdered sugar lumps, you'll need to sift the powdered sugar first, but I don't care. So we've got some powdered sugar lumps in there, but there we have it. As soon as I pull them out, I brush them with some melted butter. The hardest part about this is waiting till they're cool enough to eat, because like I grab it and I want to eat it. Woo, can you see all that steam? But we're gonna try it anyway. I know it's hot, but we're gonna try some. Let me get some of this stuff for it. Oh yeah. I would have Brian try it, y'all, but he got off work, he came in, he changed, and he went out and got on the mower. So he'll have to have some later. But, whew, it's gonna be hot. Oh yeah. Oh, the soft and fluffy deliciousness. Approved. I make these all the time, and I always have to make sure they taste good, you know, before I serve them to everybody else, because you never know. Thanks for hanging out with me today, y'all. Until next time, keep on the sunny side. Always, always.